Hey guys, I'm Kay Thornton, and tonight we are going to do our Dominican Republic Punta Cana Dream Trips experience. That's going to include tasting this lovely chocolate that I picked up in the Dominican Republic. Okay, so I've got this chocolate. Nadia, take the dog off the counter, please. Sorry about that, guys. So we're gonna do the chocolate here that I've got. I've got a couple different types, which we'll go over in a second. And then I got this little like gift box thing that comes with this little hat. And all this was bought in the Dominican Republic. And then their famous Mama Juana liquor. Okay, so I'll tell you what's in that. All right, so that's what we're going to be tasting tonight. Also have some jams as well as some honey to taste, but unfortunately I don't have any crackers or bread left. I didn't think of that earlier when I was out, so I'll pick some up and we'll do another review of those. But what did I do? Hold on one second, guys, because my daughter is sitting behind the camera and I'm going to actually ask her to move, so give me a second. Can you move over here? You can taste this with me if you want. Okay, she's just staring at me like while I'm doing a video, so it's a little distracting. All right, so either way, do you want to do the taste testing with me?
Sure.
Okay, come on over. All right, so she's gonna do taste testing with me, but I don't know if she's gonna get on camera. So anyhow, just sit over there, then off the camera, because you won't be on the camera like if you sit here. So you're fine. All right, so she's in the room. She's going to do some taste testing too, and you can probably hear her say if she likes it or not. She is 12 and a half, I guess, now. 12 and a half, and she will be tasting some different things with us tonight, other than the liquor, obviously. She's not going to be tasting the Mama Juana, so that is just not what she's gonna taste. She's gonna taste like the wine. She's gonna taste the wine. Yes, very good. She's gonna taste the water with the chocolate. You hear her? She's laughing now because I made her laugh. All right, so what is a dream trip? Okay, a dream trip is an experience you share with your friends and family, or even your community that you meet on dream trips. They are experiences that are curated all over the world, and it usually includes your food, it includes the experiences, but most importantly, it includes the stay at some really amazing epic places around the world. But they all do usually include an experience, obviously. Some people are actually at the site to check you in, to make sure that you're comfortable, that you're getting everything that you want. You even have a number that you can call if you want something special, like maybe you want some certain different foods delivered. Maybe you want to do an experience that may be unusual. Maybe you're proposing on this trip. Maybe you're having a wedding. Maybe you want some flowers delivered for a loved one. All that is possible being a part of Dream Trips as a member, or even as an independent business representative as I am. And there has been a lot of people that have got engaged and married and even honeymooned on a dream trip. More than I know. I know 3 off the top of my head that's been a part of this community for a number of years now that you could definitely get to know. You know, they are amazing couples, and it's exciting because even the first dream trip that I went on, there was a gentleman with his whole family there, and he actually proposed to his girlfriend on the dream trip while we were there. So it is pretty common that you will possibly see people proposing and getting married and even honeymooning on a dream trip. All right. Other than that, another popular thing about a dream trip is that we are not only an experience club, like you can experience places and things around the world, but also you can even say it's like a savings club. I don't like to go into the savings part of the aspect. I really like to talk more about the experiences or the luxury trips, because we also have luxury yachts, we have RVs, we have even private planes that you can add into your travel experiences. So there's different levels, and we'll go over that as we go while we're tasting the chocolates and things like that. But we'll go over that in a little bit. But it is also a club where you can save on other experiences, like tickets for games, concerts, even going out for movies and things like that. So you have that as well. And one more for a lot of us travelers. Well, guess what? We have to find a way to get there. And I know I said yachts and I said private planes, but of course, a majority of people will take domestic flights or international flights. And we have a whole system that is corporate rates. Since we are a club, we get corporate rates on travel. So you will save a ton of money just being a part of it, just in your travel. Like, even if it's just a couple times a year, you're going to save a huge amount of money just being able to access that. A lot of people love it also because they can call up at any time and arrange different experiences curated for them, because they can rent a villa somewhere in the world and have some people a part of that. And they can also design their pretty much, what was the word? They can design their own little dream trip for their community or family or business. Okay. And I've had some people ask about that as well. One other thing that I want to point out as being a Dream Trips member, which is super exciting, is you get access to worldwide lounges, airport lounges, which I never actually did. You'd think I would have done airport lounges sometime over the last 20-something years of traveling. Especially because I was a platinum member on American Express Business for a long time. But it's funny, when you run a business for a while that you don't have travel in, you just never use those benefits. So I've never used those benefits when I had my business had the actual platinum or black card, I think it is. It's the one with an unlimited amount of money or something on it that you got to pay for. It's not a credit card per se. It is, what would it be called? It'd be called, I can't think of the name. It's not technically a credit card. It's like you have to pay it off every month. So you put as much money as you want on it, just as long as you pay it every month, then you can keep the card. So I've had that for a lot of years, but we never did the benefits with it. We never did the lounges or anything like that. Plus, you know, if you know anything about American Express, it is a pretty hefty fee every year just to have the card, okay? And you don't get any extra benefits usually with a card other than, oh, wow, it's a different color. Maybe it's made out of metal. That particular card is made out of metal. All right, so anyways, other than that, as becoming a Dream Trips member, you also get the experiences, you get the other discounts on tickets and all that good stuff. And if you have any other questions, you know, you can always message me and we'll go over the packages. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Punta Cana experience, because that was my first official dream trip. I did go to the launch party, which was a 4-story yacht in Fort Lauderdale, which was a lot of fun. It's something that actually was on my bucket list, you can say. So I'm super excited that I got to do that, as well as the Punta Cana trip is just amazing because I have been to the Dominican Republic not so many months before that, and it was like one of my best trips I've ever done because the Dominican Republic was actually really amazing. But let's get started. Let's start tasting some chocolates. Let's get some Mama Juana in my little Punta Cana shot glass here, and I'll tell you a little bit about the story of Mama Juana and what's in it. Okay, so let me pour a little bit of this into this little shot glass. So what is Mama Juana? Oh, looks like my camera wants to play with me now. It's because I think it turned off. Hold on, give me a second. I've got a little gimbal that I was gifted for my birthday from a photographer friend of mine. Look at that. I'm pouring alcohol on myself. So that is not a good thing. Nadia, can you give me a napkin? A friend of mine gave me this gimbal for my birthday, because I told him that I thought gimbals were cool, and he said he didn't use his gimbal, so he was gifting it to me. And it's brand new, basically. He's only used it once, so that was a really nice gift for my birthday. And I'm really excited about it because it's been a lot of fun using. All right, so anyhow, this is Mama Juana. What is in the Mama Juana? Okay, so what is in Mama Juana? I'll tell you one of the weird ingredients in this first. It's bark. Yes, it's bark. Okay. So there is bark in here. It's tree bark. I don't know what tree. It just said bark. So if you look it up on Google, it says bark. All right, so it's bark. It's also, why is my camera blinking? Hold on, give me a second. I think it's looking to find it. Okay, here we go. Let me just back it up a little too, because I feel like you're a little too close. All right, so it's bark, it's spices. I couldn't tell you what spices because it wasn't actually listed. So it's bark, spices, red wine, which is good. I like red wine. Also rum, which I like rum too. And let's see, am I missing anything? It's red wine, bark, spices, rum. Yep, that sounds like Mama Wanna. So that's what's in Mama Wanna. All right. So here we go. We'll take our first sip here, and then we'll open up a chocolate. Okay. And so, how's it taste? Well, I like the taste. And I've got something on my countertop. It's like cinnamon or something. I don't know where the cinnamon came from, but obviously it's something that I had that got cinnamon on my counter. My little table here. Let me just clean that up a bit. All right, so yes, I like it. It's like, it tastes like a caramel almost, like a caramely taste. It's very caramely tasting. It's very good. I don't recommend drinking a whole lot of it because it's strong like Jim Beam. If you know what Jim Beam is, it's got that strong like kick to it. Like I said, it is rum, but it's also red wine. I don't taste any red wine in it, but probably because the rum is overpowering, honestly. All right, so let's try the one that's just normal, like chocolate. Now, it does say a chocolate with a taste of misery. Like, look at that. Misery. Don't ask me. I have no idea. This one I actually got at the airport. There is a shop in the airport that is just like one of those dues, like, what is it? Duty free. A duty free shop. This is in the Punta Cana airport, which is the main airport in the Dominican Republic, which is a really nice airport. Like, if you're you know, it's just a really nice looking airport in general. It's got a kind of like outdoor feel to it because it's got a thatched roof. I believe that's how you say it. It's a thatched roof. Nadia, stop, please. My daughter's trying to talk to me while I'm telling you guys this. But, you know, it's got like a little thatch roof on it where it's kind of made out of these like leaves. Like, I guess they're palm tree leaves. And it's just nice and airy and alive feeling. So I really like their airport. And plus it's not humongous. Like, when you actually fly into Punta Cana, you actually get off of the plane outside of the building, and then you get into a bus and they take you through to the check-in, the passport check-in, to make sure, you know, what the heck you're doing there. And then you gotta stand in this long line. Usually, I got lucky on this trip. I didn't have to stand in a long line. There was really nobody there when I arrived. And I arrived around like 10 o'clock, I think. But there was really not many people in line. The time before I went in the winter, I literally had to stand in line for like 2 hours, which is pretty common in Heathrow or even in DC. You're gonna, or even in Paris, like, you're gonna stand in lines that are like 2 to 3 hours, easy. All right, it takes a while to get through immigration or whatever, not immigration, what do they call it? Through the passport line. But either way, it's a really nice airport. Highly recommend it. It's not too big and it's easy to find. Like, even when you're going out of the country, it's really easy to find your way around because you just literally walk in the building, you go through security, you go down these like long corridor, and then you walk down a hallway, and then there's a shop you walk into. It's a duty-free shop. It's got like designer perfume. It's got the chocolates, where I got these chocolates right here. We'll go over that in a second. And then they have like designer bags and stuff too. Then when you go through that little shop, you end up in like this like a foyer almost. And in the foyer, you have a coffee shop right in the middle, which is really nice. Stop there and get a coffee or a tea or something, or even like a muffin or whatever. They have them there. And then you have the Hard Rock, has a store there. And then next to the Hard Rock, what is next to the Hard Rock? It's like another little like gift shop place. And then across from that, hold on guys, it keeps turning off, sorry. Okay, so, and then across from that, they have like this shop where I got this chocolate from. So you have some kind of sense of what it looks like, but it's all really small. It's not really huge. It's not multiple corridors or anything. You end up in like the main part. And then from there, you walk through this little eatery area, which is literally just the coffee shop. And you can go up or down. If you go up, you're in the VIP area where I was, because guess what? As being a part of Dream Trips, you can book the lounge, and the lounge is really nice. You can stay in there for 3 hours. They have chargers everywhere. They have food everywhere. I don't know why this thing keeps turning off, guys. Hold on. I should have like changed out my stand right before this, but I didn't. So I think it's trying to connect and it just can't connect because I'm doing a live. So I might have to keep doing this, and yeah, sorry about that. Anyhow, again, you know, you can go upstairs as the VIP and there's food there that's really good. They make it, I don't know, that morning or something. It just tastes really fresh. It doesn't taste like it has a whole bunch of preservatives in it. Or you go down the stairs and that's where the main airport is, and you have all the little seats, and then you have a couple more little shops, and you have like the airlines that come up to the building. You don't have any, like, I gotta figure out how to connect this. Hold on. It keeps like stopping. Hold on guys, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can connect it real fast. Okay guys, it looks like my gimbal is dying. That is why it keeps twisting. Okay, that's why it keeps twisting. All right, it keeps turning because my gimbal's dying. Let me try one more thing. Let's see if I can turn my phone. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna let me turn it again. Okay, I know now it's gonna be sideways. All right, there we go. Now we're actually sideways. Possibly. It looks like I'm actually sideways. So hold on, let me see if I can adjust it. No, it's gonna record sideways. Okay, give me a second. Oh, there it goes. I don't think it's gonna record like that. Give me a second, guys. Having technical difficulties. All right, let's take you off of there again. Now I can get off of the stand because it's hard. So I'm just gonna prop you up here. All right, so we're just gonna make an adjustment. Or maybe I'll put you down here. Let's see. I don't think you're going to see me down there. So we're going to put you up here. All right. Let me just move you back a little. Or I'll just move back a little. How about that? Instead of trying to fool around with the camera anymore. Okay. So now you're propped up. So you won't be moving anymore. My gimbal was dying. So that's why we were having it keep turning on us. Because the gimbal kept dying and turning off. So that is the problem with the gimbal, okay? You have to have it powered up to actually keep alignment. All right, so back to my story about the airport. All the airport is the planes line up outside, and you have to actually go through the gates and walk to the airplane. Or like I said, they bus you to the building and you go into the main building. So there's no terminals. There's no like walking from the actual like gate through like a corridor that goes directly onto the plane. When you do go outside, or even when you're coming off the plane, either way, or getting on the plane, they pull up this big like staircase, and you just walk up the staircase, and they take your bags if they need to take your bags. You'll even see them checking bags right there as you are coming onto the airplane. So that's what's unique about the Punta Cana airport. Again, it's super small, and it's just nice because it's so small. You don't feel overwhelmed with like a whole bunch of stuff. So I do recommend that airport, flying in and out of it if you go to the Dominican Republic. All right. This stuff is good, but it is strong. Okay, now I'll tell you another story about a drink that we had, me and some of the other Dream Trippers. But which one we're gonna try first? Oh, I had opened this chocolate first. I was waiting to show it to you while I was telling you guys about the airport, because look at this. It's actually shaped like the Dominican Republic. Well, I guess that's why it's in a fancy box. This is the only chocolate they had at that shop. That was coming out of the big, huge shop that I bought these at. That had a lot of other, like, Dominican Republic made stuff. So now it's time to try this one. Here you go, Nadia. First, I'm going to give a piece to my daughter, Nadia. Okay, so then I'm going to break off a piece for me. Okay, so I ate a piece of my piece. All right, so first things first, this is a milk chocolate, and I just realized that. I don't drink milk. In fact, I don't like milk products since I went vegan like 2.5 years ago. I'm not vegan now, but I do eat some dairy, and I eat eggs, and I eat like seafood, but I don't eat meat anymore. But I definitely don't drink milk, and I don't like milk-based dessert or products. And this is the reason why, because it usually leaves the casein, I can't explain it, but the casein is like that stuff that you taste on your tongue. It gives you that aftertaste, and that's only in milk. It's not in almond milk, it's not in oat milk, it's not in coconut milk, it's not in any other milk other than dairy milk. And so chocolate or sour cream or cream cheese has that aftertaste. So I actually don't like this chocolate. So I'm going to actually give this to my daughter or my kids if they want it, because it tastes like milk chocolate. And it's not even a good milk chocolate. Now, I tell you what, even a Hershey's bar that is like a lower grade chocolate. There is higher grades Hershey's candies. The Swiss chocolate that I got, I believe, is made by Hershey's. And there's also like other like Hershey like gray chocolates you can get at like specialty stores and stuff like that taste better. But this is like a really low grade chocolate. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's not like silky and smooth. It's not even grainy. Like I even like some of the grainy chocolates if it has a lot of flavor. It's just kind of just like a bland milk chocolate. I can't even explain what type of chocolate you could get like at over the counter like grocery store or like or even like convenience store. It's just not very good chocolate. It is lesser quality than like a Hershey Kiss or a Hershey bar. What do you think, Nadia? Did you like that chocolate? You gonna say anything?
It tastes like it's coconut.
She thinks it tastes like coconut. I don't think it tastes like coconut at all. The texture tastes like coconut.
It feels like you're biting into a piece of a coconut.
She thinks it tastes like fresh coconut, like the texture.
But it doesn't taste
Don't
like
get
coconut.
this. I don't recommend it. It wasn't worth it. I think this was like $10. It's a really, in fact, it tastes like those really crappy Easter bunnies that you get at Easter that you get for maybe like $1 or $2. Like dollar store quality chocolate. Terrible tasting. The best thing about this whole thing, honestly, was the little hat. Like, the little hat was like the $10 item of this whole thing. It sure wasn't the chocolate. So, okay. That's where we start. Now, I gotta say, I did have another whole chocolate bar that you don't see here. Now, this is obviously the same company. That was not my intent. at the gift shop in Melina, the resort I stayed at with Dream Trips, they had a ton of different chocolates. And I'll put the video in the comments so you can see like how much variety they had. They also had a ton of different Mama Wana brands, different manufacturers that made the Mama Wana. I am actually happy with this one. It's not as strong alcoholic tasting as the ones I had at the resort, but it has more of a caramely like taste that like a good quality rum should have. Which I'll tell you a little bit more about, you know, buying this here in a second. Let me like pick another chocolate first. All right, so which one? We'll just start with the first one first. So this was the banana chip and dark chocolate one. All right, so let's see. But I had another bar of chocolate I bought at the resort, and I ate the thing at the resort. But it was really good. And like I said, I'll put the picture below in the comments on that one. So if you go to Melina Resorts, or maybe you buy chocolate somewhere else in the Dominican Republic, and you want a really good like chocolate that I actually did enjoy, that I couldn't find at the airport, then you can pick up that one. And it was really good. I ate the whole bar. like the first like time I opened it. All right, so this one is made by a company. Let's see what the company's name is. Manufactured, I don't know how to say it. It's Confit EC. I don't know how to say it. So that is the name of the company. If you can read it there in the fine print. This is a $9 chocolate bar. In fact, I think all these are $9. Yeah, all these are $9. So more expensive than a luxury chocolate at the grocery store. A luxury chocolate at the grocery store is about $3 to $12. Good quality chocolate, like in a chocolate shop, like a specialty chocolate shop, costs usually about $12 and up. And it can go like really far up. And hey, so Nicole's here joining me, and we are tasting chocolates from the Dominican Republic tonight and having some alcoholic beverage called Mama Wana that I picked up there as well. All right, so let's see what this one tastes like. Want a piece of this one?
Okay.
I actually like this one. All right, I'll tell you about it. Want a piece? You want anybody here? Water? I can't because supporting the phone right now. Why this? Okay, that was good quality chocolate. All right, so let me do a little review of this, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Mama Wana. And I have a story about us going out to this nightclub that opens at 10 o'clock at the Melina Resort. Actually, it wasn't even at the nightclub. So it wasn't at the nightclub. It was actually when we went out to dinner. And I'll tell you about like the dinner situation. You have to make reservations, and that's hard to make reservations. And I'll tell you some tricks on how to make reservations. But all the food is free once you're at the resort. But you want to get into the really good restaurants, not the buffet. All right. So I'll tell you about the drink we had at one of the really nice restaurants and the funny story behind it. It's super funny, guys. So you have to stay for that. But this chocolate is actually really good. Oh, my daughter doesn't like it because it's dark chocolate. It's super good. Hold on. I'm just reading the ingredients here. Okay. Love, 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 love this chocolate. This is a smooth dark chocolate. If you ever had a Dove dark chocolate, it's got that taste. But this does not have milk in it. Okay? It has cocoa liqueur, sugar, cocoa butter, banana chips, and soy lichin, which is basically like a preservative. Very good, high quality, smooth chocolate. So highly recommend this chocolate here. The banana chips, there's barely any banana chips in it. It's more like it's a soft banana chip, so it's not really hard. You know, they have those banana chips that are hard as rocks. It doesn't have a hard as rock banana chip. It's actually a very soft banana chip, and it's only like a little tiny piece in that whole little block that I just pulled off there. So just to give you an idea, but very good tasting. Okay, Nicole couldn't hear, and now she can hear now, so good. All right, definitely recommend that one. All right, and again, you can get this one at the first shop that you have to walk through. You're required to walk through it when you go through the Punta Cana airport. So when you get through security, the first shop that you're going to end up in is the one that you can get this chocolate. So you can pick up the banana one. It is good. We'll taste the other two here in a second after I tell you the story about the other drink we had. So one more thing about Mama Juana also that I want to tell you about is you can get just the bark and the spices, bark and spices, I know, in a container. It looks like an alcoholic drink, but it's just the bark and the spices, and then you add your own rum to it. Don't ask me about the red wine, because it says Mama Juana has red wine in it. Again, I don't taste red wine in this. I mean, unless it's very faint. You can see kind of the color maybe. But again, it tastes more like caramely, like rum, right? And it is pretty strong, just to give you a warning there. It's like, well, rum technically is kind of strong. It is kind of strong. Alcohol-wise, let's see how much alcohol is in this thing. All right, it is 30%. So 30% alcohol in this one, all right? And you can get all kinds of brands, and this one came with a little shot glass, so I thought that was cool. In fact, I thought it was plastic, but it's actually glass. And it was only $10 for 3 of the little shots, the little containers, and the shot glass. That's glass. All right, so definitely recommend picking up that set. And you get this at the airport again. All right, so that was the other thing about Mama Juana. You don't have to buy it already made. You can use your favorite type of rum and just add it to the spices and the bark. It's actually bark. It looks like bark too. But again, cinnamon is made from bark, and cinnamon is one of my absolute favorite spices. But I didn't buy the one that you can make. I just wanted it made. I wanted it just right out of the container. But it's an option. All right. Other story I have with alcoholic beverages. Okay, so we went out to eat. We went to this place. I can't remember the name of it, but they sold like Italian food, and the Italian food was really good. Again, I'll throw some pictures and videos and stuff in the comments so you can check it out. This was at the resort, at the Molina Resort with Dream Trips, and me and the guys that went and the women that went, we got a welcome drink because they were getting ready to open, and we just got there. So they gave us a welcome drink, and we all fell in love with it. They were like this. We were like, oh my God, this is the best drink ever. It was like a lemonade, but they put this lime slice in it that was dehydrated, and they put like some bean sprouts on top, and I think they added a little ice. I'm trying to remember. Anyhow, you can see it in the video. I'll show you even the video of when they made it, okay? And we were so obsessed. We all made a video of this thing being made, and we were asking about it. And we're like, okay, cool. We're going to definitely get this again. So we were sitting there eating dinner, and we're like, okay, we all want this drink. And they were looking at us like, what is this? Like, literally, the guy that was our waiter was like, this? He literally said that. He like put it up, and he was like, this? You want this? And we're like, yeah, we want that. And like, what is in it? And we're like, we have no idea. Ask the lady that is at the front door. She made it for us. And he's like, okay. So we came back, gave us a round, and we all drank it, and we were like, oh man, that is good. We're going to get another one. So we got another one, and we're just like, all right, we're having a good time here, you know, getting this drink. Now we got some food in us. And by the fourth one, we're already 4 down. By the fourth one, I looked over to a lady next to me, that her name is Linda, and she's amazing. So I was talking to Linda, I was like, do you feel anything? And she's like, no. I was like, what alcohol did they say was in this? And she was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't think it has any alcohol in it. So I was like, I don't know. And so we're all sipping on it like, I'm not sure. Does it have alcohol in it or not? Or we're just like, we're so wasted or something, can't even tell. Right? So she speaks Spanish. And of course, in the Dominican Republic, everybody speaks Spanish as their like first language. So she actually asked the waiter in Spanish, you know, is there alcohol in this? And he's like, oh, no. We're all cracking up. You'd think we were high on something. Because we were busting out laughing and laughing. We're like, yeah, these people next to us, it looks like a bachelor party or something. They probably think we took a little bit too many of these drinks. But there's no alcohol in them. So it was hilarious, guys. You had to be there. You literally had to be there to experience it. It was one of like the best moments of the whole trip. I'll never forget that. Like, because it was so funny. Because we were like, oh, I don't want to get wasted, but I'm not feeling anything, so I think we're good. We can have another round, right? We're like, there must be just a little bit of alcohol in this thing. Oh, that's okay. There's no alcohol in this whole drink. So it's just really fancy lemonade, basically. It was really good lemonade, though. Rinse that out and you can add water to it. My daughter's asking for water.
I don't want that water.
You can, I'm using it. Okay, so now we get to try these two, and I'll share another story with you. All right, so let's try the mango next. Okay, I got a confession to make, guys. I already opened the mango because I was curious last night on what it tastes like. And I'm obsessed with nice chocolate, and you're lucky it even got this far by the time I got back, because I was there like a week ago, and this chocolate would have already been gone if I wasn't planning to do this video. Okay. Okay, so this chocolate is just like the other one, obviously, same company. Good quality chocolate. Very good. Only thing is, you know, I broke off a little piece. I didn't even taste mango. So again, the mango pieces in here are small. So it's mostly chocolate with just a little bit of mango. And I'll show you what I mean. So see here, this one obviously has a little piece of mango in it right there. And that's it. The rest is just chocolate. So the last piece I just ate didn't have any mango taste in it. That's the mango. Very good. Very good chocolate. I mean, I cannot complain. Even for $9, I am not complaining. So I'm like a chocolate connoisseur, guys. I noticed. Like, I've been buying fancy chocolate for, like, at least 2 years now. Like, I've been buying them at the grocery store. I've been buying them at, like, chocolate shops. Actual places that make just chocolate. And I've gotten really addicted to just trying different chocolates, right? And I actually want to make, like, a little cabinet in my... Like, I've got these little fridges. These little, like... I got one right behind you in my room. So in my bedroom, I have like this little bar area. It's not technically a bar because there's no drinks or anything right now, but it's got a mini fridge, and that is going to be like my chocolate haven. So my chocolate haven is going to be over there because I really like nice quality chocolate. So some people like nice quality cheese, which I really like nice quality cheese too. Some people collect nice quality wine or liquor. Whoa. And I just want really nice quality chocolate. Yes, I do want some nice quality like wine too, but nice quality chocolate is like my new addiction. Man. So anyhow, that's that one. Do you want a piece of that one?
Water.
We'll go get some water. All right, not the one I'm using. You have to go downstairs. All right. Now we've got the coconut. I haven't opened this one. All right. Another story. Okay, what story am I going to tell you? Okay, so I'll tell you the story about going to the spa. That was pretty funny too. I like to tell funny stories because why not, right? All right, so we ended up going to the pool, me and a group of people, after we came back from our party boat. So what is a party boat? Well, people drink on a party boat, obviously. We also went to go swimming. We went snorkeling. We went to see some dolphins. I had a monkey on my top of my head at one point. I had giant macaws I was holding. Again, I'll share those videos or some photos down below so you can check those out. So that was a lot of fun. Again. Then we went to the resort's pool because we ended up doing that in the morning and we were off a little bit after lunch. And so we all went to, well, not all of us, but a group of us went to the pool and we did some pool stuff. They have at the Molina Resort, they have a pool bar, which is the first time I've ever went to a pool bar. It's the first time I had a monkey on my head. I held macaws. I went snorkeling too, and been on a party boat. So, you know, a lot of new experiences that day. And then, like I said, the place had a bar, and one of my friends, and I say they're friends, they're technically like family to me because these are fellow travelers. In dream trips, you make family members. You just don't make like friendships. They're really your family in a way, especially when you come onto a Dream Trips Discover trip. These Dream Trips Discover trips are only for people that are running the business, meaning they're promoting Dream Trips or talking about Dream Trips. They're inviting people on Dream Trips. They get paid monthly income on other members that are becoming Dream Trip members. So they really are your family. They're the ones that you're supporting in building this business. They're the people you can call. They're the people you share content with. They're the people you share experiences with. They're the people that you're going to grow with for a number of years. So they really are family. So I met some family there, and let me think of who was with me. So I had Jennifer with me. I had Jennifer with me, and I had Erica with me, and I had a couple other people. Micaiah was there, as well as Danny, as well as Chris and Hadi Adu. I think I said your name wrong, Hadi. So I'll call you Hadi. I know you want to go by Hadi. And then there was a couple other people there that I probably forgotten names. But either way, we had a group of us there. And then some of us went over to the spa afterwards. And this is where it gets kind of funny. So we went to the spa. It was me, Micaiah, Danny, and Jennifer. Yep. And they were showing us around like the spa. They were like, okay, here is, you know, where you can sign up for services. And then they're like, okay, follow us back. And we're going to show you like the sauna. And we're going to show you the hot tub and where you can access the back of the spa area where they had the giant hot tub and the pool and like sauna rooms outside, which is really cool. Actually, again, I've got videos for this. I'll put them down below. But when we were there, they were like, okay, just follow us. And it was a guy that was showing like the little tour. And we're just like trailing behind the guys, me and Jennifer. And they went into the guys' room and we're just like, do like right behind them. Just like, okay, go into the guys' room. And then we're like, wait, I don't think we're supposed to be back here. So we're like, okay, back up. So we ended up backing out of the room. But it was funny because we were just, it was like they didn't even notice that there was two girls trailing the guys. So we're just following the guys the whole time. So it was a lot of fun. We went there, we went in the hot tub. It was a really big hot tub, like a huge pool hot tub. And they also had this other thing there that was really cool that I've never seen in any spa anywhere. And I've been to not a lot of spas. I've been to like, I would say at least 10 spas over my life. I definitely got to up my spa experiences worldwide, but at least 10. But they had this path. It was like you walk around this path and there was jets of water shooting up. And it was like a maze almost. Like you had to go in. It was like a maze. And there was just jets of water shooting out from the ground and stones, like little pebble stones. Or actually, they weren't even little. They were like pretty big stones like that. And you had to walk on it. It was called a a walking path or walking meditation path or something. So with your bare feet, you're supposed to be walking on these giant river stones and all this water squirting at your feet. Again, I have photos of all this. I will post them below. Photos or videos, I'll post them. And it was an experience. It wasn't something that I would like, yes, I'm going to go to the spa and go walk on the walking path. It kind of just reminds me of being here in Virginia and just walking barefoot. So, like, I already had that outside my door. But, you know, the hot tub was really nice. The spa on the women's side was out. So we just ended up leaving a little bit early. We left the guys doing the sauna on the guys' side because there wasn't no group spa. There was no group sauna. So we just left after that, and the guys still did the sauna on the guys' side. And me and Jennifer went and did kickboxing, because right across from the spa, there's this giant, like, kickboxing bag, and I was super excited they had it, but they had no gloves. They didn't have any gloves, which I was like, you got this giant kickboxing thing, you have no gloves. So I was showing her how to do some moves on kickboxing, because I learned some kickboxing when I was down in Miami, just literally like 10 days before that. All right, anyhow, let's try the last chocolate here before it gets any later. We've got the coconut chocolate here. You're lucky I don't have any bread or crackers to try the jam. I've got 3 different jams and I've got 3 different honeys, but we'll do that again on another video. All right, let's try this one. You want to try this one? You want to try these? No, that's different. You want to try this? Okay, so my daughter doesn't want to try this either because it's dark chocolate. All right, this one, again, is really good. I really like this. All right, so this one was the same company as the other ones, right? This one was coconut. Now, the coconut quality is, again, really, really good. It is not a hard coconut, and it's not overwhelming. It's little, like, shreds of coconut in it. And, again, it's not overwhelming. You bite into it. There's a little bit of coconut flakes in it. It's not the whole thing tastes like coconut. It's very mild. It's not like an Almond Joy. It's not very sweet because it's dark chocolate. In fact, it says it's 62%, so there you go. I think the other ones were also 62%. Yes, they were. So, very nice quality, like creamy dark chocolate with just some little bit of taste of whatever flavor it is. And this one's coconut, so highly recommend that. All right, so let's go with another story. What story should I tell now? What's that? Okay, so the last one I'm gonna tell you tonight. Okay, I'll tell you another funny story because I like funny stories. Right, funny stories is what you really remember. I'm gonna tell you about the nightclub. All right, this is really good. Anyhow, let me put it down before I eat the whole thing. Got a little napkin over here. Alright. I'm going to tell you the nightclub story. So, what is up with this rooftop nightclub? There's 2 nightclubs. There was one at the resort that was like a sports bar. It had 1 pool table though. 1 pool table in the whole thing. And it really wasn't even that big of a space. They had the bar in the center, and they had the pool table in the front, and then they have some like chairs and stuff around the actual bar. And then they had this like dancing space at the back, which obviously is where they had it, probably like 4 pool tables. But they got rid of all the pool tables except for one that they put in the front. And they made that a dancing space. Now, it looked like it was all thrown together pretty last minute. It probably was. And I'll tell you why when I tell you this other half of the story. Okay, so we did that the first or second night we were there. I think the first night we all went to bed because it was pretty late and we just came in on the flights. So that was the second night. so the second night we went to the nightclub, and not everybody went, just me and a handful of people. And then we were going, I wanted to go to the Sky Bar. The Sky Bar was right off the water. I was thinking beautiful view, nice fresh ocean air. I am so looking forward to doing the Sky Bar. So dinner ran late, so we actually ended up finally getting there probably closer to 11 instead of 10. The other bar opened at 10. And so we finally got there. We finally, we had to have a train. And when I call a train, it's like this, motorized vehicle that looks like a train that takes you. It's got little compartments and you sit in it and it looks just like a train. And it takes you to different parts of the resort. So this one, it was a good 5-minute ride to get to the beach. And we ended up in this huge skyscraper building. And the Sky Bar was supposed to be on top. So I said supposed to be. See, I'm already telling you a little story there. But anyhow, stay tuned. So it was me and two of the women that were also dream trippers, also promoters. It was me. Let's see who came with me. So it was me. Let me think of who came that night. I got their names right. I thought my fingertips, but I can't even think of the names right now. Tamikio and Erica. Sorry, Tamikio and Erica came with me. So me, Tamikio, and Erica were at this skyscraper, and it was probably probably 6-7 floors high, and we were going to go to the Sky Bar. So we asked the guy that was coming out of the building, hey, is the Sky Bar here? Just to, make sure that, there was no other real big building there at the end of the, the beach. And he's like, yeah, Sky Bar. Yeah. He didn't speak English, obviously. Nobody really speaks English there. At this particular resort, the main language definitely is Spanish. At that other resort I went to that was in St. Miches, that was a French resort. So a lot of people spoke French there. Just to give you some idea of what you can experience when you go to Dominican Republic. All right, so we were at this this giant building, and we're like, okay, Sky Bar. He's like, yeah, Sky Bar, up there. And he just kept walking, and we're just like, okay. I thought he was going to, show us how to get up there. We're like, all right, we're going to figure it out. Walked in the building, found the elevator, went up all the way to the Sky Bar, and it was pitch black. There was, furniture, piled up into a corner. And it just looked creepy, really, really creepy. Okay, there's gonna be an axe murder or something up here. If I step out, we're just done, right? So you hear my daughter. Yeah, we're just in for it, Now we're in trouble. Somebody's just waiting around the corner. So we didn't even step out. We were just okay, this is creepy. That's exactly what I think Tamikio said. So we were like, this is creepy. And we just pushed a button to go back down. And so we came back down. There was a guy in the main area there, one of the workers. And we're like, was that the Sky Bar? And he was like, oh yeah, that's the Sky Bar. It's closed right now. We're just nobody told us that the Sky Bar was closed. Not the guy on the train that did the train thing. Not the guy that we asked where the Sky Bar was. Not the guy that I asked where the Sky Bar was back at the restaurant. Nobody said anything about Sky Bar is closed. Right? So he said Sky Bar has been closed for a couple weeks now because of the hurricane. Remember, they had that big hurricane that went through? Well, it got damaged. So they have to do repairs. So it's not obviously open. So we're just we just literally wasted maybe an hour getting to the Sky Bar. And it's not even open. So now we have to go back to the main resort and see if they're still doing something there, or maybe go to the nightclub over there, which at that point we were just tired. Dinner went over, we finally got to the Sky Bar thing. That was a whole experience, but we had a cool story, and it was a lot of fun hanging out with everyone. So that was the Sky Bar experience. So again, life is about experiences, and being a part of dream trips gives you those experiences anywhere in the world, and you don't even have to design them. You just got to choose which ones you want to go on, and you're going to meet friends there that are ultimately going to become your family, that you're going to experience the world with, that you're going to rejoice in seeing on the trips. The same people that I saw at the launch party was pretty much the same, not all the same people, but a lot of the same people that went on the Dream Trips experience to Punta Cana. There's a lot of them currently right now that went to Greece. They went to Santorini. I didn't get on that trip, unfortunately. When I joined Dream Trips, that trip was already full. I was like one of the first trips that got filled up super fast. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go on that one, which I am looking forward to going to the next one. Another one that I missed out on is Rome. You know, Rome has been a big part of my bucket list items that, again, I'll just have to wait till the next Dream Trip to go on. There's some people that like to go to Dublin, that goes to Dublin, Ireland. That Dream Trip is coming up in, I think it's, in fact, it might have already happened. It's either it was in the middle of this month or the middle of next month. Some people want to go Dubai. For me, they have a Dubai trip happening now, but I really wanted to wait till the one at the end of the year. We're having a Dubai trip for New Year's. That looks really exciting and amazing. There's an amazing cruise trip coming up. I believe it's in November. It's for 10 days. I think it's like 12 nights, 10 days, or hold on. It's 10 nights, 12 days, 10 different locations, all food included. It's a cruise, not, so drinks, that includes alcoholic beverages, yes, drinks, food, and your stay on the cruise. And really, for all that, it was really, really affordable. That one was like $4,000. And it's like I said, for that amount of time and everything else included, it was definitely worth it. It was just the timing of that, didn't work for me this time around, but it's definitely something that I look forward to like another time. Cause that one went to Venice, that one went to Greece, that one went to Crete, that one went to Rome. So super exciting places, a lot of places that I would love to see and experience. We just had a trip, just book out just recently. Another one I wish I could have been a part of, but the timing didn't end up right for me, was they had one in Vegas, which is also a really cool destination. I've been to Vegas before, but this one was an experience trip. This was a dream trip. Your food was included, you had the hotel, and you also have the experience of seeing Vegas from helicopter. So the helicopter is covered by Dream Trips as part of your membership, and it covers the pilot, it covers the ride, and you go and tour the city by helicopter. And I've never been on helicopter, so it's one of my big things. And over Vegas, wouldn't that be amazing? I would love that. We've got some other really exciting trips coming up that are not booked up yet. Again, the Dubai one's not booked out yet for New Year's. We've got the Macy's Day Parade, the Marriott, right in Times Square. I cannot stress how convenient that location is. And if you're in my area in Virginia, DC, you could say Nova area, the Northern Virginia area, or some people say the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. You're only 4 hours away from getting to New York City in Times Square. And I have done it with kids, with 3 under the age of 10, so it's totally doable. Even as a single parent, I would definitely do it. Because the Marriott is the perfect location to be in Times Square. And I cannot stress how good of a deal that is, because I already did a trip like that back in 2016 with my kids, and the price was literally 4 times more just to stay at that damn hotel. And this one includes food. It's also including it on the same week they're having the Macy's Day Parade, which is just unheard of. Like, you can actually go stay there. Like, you don't have to book like 2 years in advance to go and see the Macy's Day Parade and stay at the Marriott. Like, Definitely, that would be an experience for a lot of people, including myself. I haven't really considered it yet because I had to deal with a lot of family things. If you guys don't know, my dad just passed away this week, and it was really unexpected. And there's still a lot of things we're dealing with because of that, obviously. But it put a lot of my travels on hold for now, just till, you know, we get some matters taken care of. But other than that, you know, okay, so that would definitely be a trip that I would love to go on too. Maybe not this year, but next year. Another trip that I saw on the database, well, there was so many, guys. There's one that we're doing a safari in Kenya. There's some even giving trips that are coming up. We don't have them listed yet, where you can go volunteer places around the world. So we're just starting, like really just starting. And I don't want to say just starting like this is a new business. It's not a new business. Now, you know, this business has been around 18 years already. It's already sent 1.3 million people on a dream trip. So it's very successful business as is. During COVID, it did switch ownership. And what's really cool about it is your friend here, your Facebook friend, knows the owners personally. So they're actually a friend of mine, which is crazy that, you know, I actually was a part of this business prior to it being repurchased, back when it was a multi-million dollar company, and it was already a huge global company. And now it got restructured. I was a part of the restructure. And then a friend of mine bought it, and I was invited to come back as a representative of the company, which of course I said yes, because I was already part of the other one. I already knew what was involved. I already knew about the experiences as well as the opportunity business-wise. So what does the business side of things look like? Well, you make a residual income every single month. So not only can you go and travel, you can talk about travel, you can talk about your experiences, and you can get paid by bringing more people to the trips with you. So not only can you like build like your monthly income, you can also build your community. You can build those lifelong friendships. You can build that lifelong family. And it's something now, especially in my life at this age, you know, after having kids, after, you know, being separated, is a perfect fit that I see moving forward, you know, because it gives me grounding in my travel, which I already did travel before. Like I've traveled tons of places, but also because, you know, now I get the experience of sharing it with other people, which I didn't have that before. So I can actually invite more people in, and I don't have to do the planning. I'm not a travel agent. You know, I'm not like, okay, let me figure out the price and give you a price on each and every trip. Everything's done for you. You log into a database, you say, I like this trip. You can see a price because you got membership prices. It's not like a full like price of, oh my God, you know, I got to call these people and see if I can work out a deal, or let me look for a coupon. You know, it's like, this is the price it is at members rates. And it's not like everybody has access to it. Every trip is limited on the amount of people. So it's not like you're going to get swamped with, oh my God, I'm going to go on this trip and it's going to feel like stressful because there's going to be hundreds of thousands of us there. Don't worry about it. That's why it's so important to like keep an eye on the trips as they come out each week, because they come out each week on a Friday. And make sure that you book the ones that you really want to go to right away. Like, don't second guess it. Like, there's so many things that I second guessed and missed out that I'm like, oh my God, why did I put so much, you know, time and effort about thinking about it when I should just book the damn thing? And again, you have the portal where you can also look up your flights. You can get travel deals because it is a club rate. So it's not going to be anything you find like on any other site like Travelocity, Kayak. I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head. But this is like exclusive corporate pricing. And also it's really cool. Of course, ask your accountant. I'm not your accountant. You know, I don't want to give you like specific advice for your particular business or industry. But for me, for me, you know, it is a business because I'm a bit, you could say I'm an independent business owner with Dream Trips. I can write off the travel. I can write off the dinners. I can write off even some, you would say, little things like these chocolates. I can write this off as promotional material. I could gift these to people in my community that's building the Dream Trips brand with us as promotional material. So, or as incentives, right? Again, ask your own accountant about that. But again, you know, if you do decide to take it as a business opportunity, there's levels you can do with going on experiences to even, you know, making monthly income, being a promoter and traveling more, right? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. On the next video on Punta Cana, we're going to be talking about the honey that I picked up and the jam. I have got my little fridge behind you, and they're in my fridge just waiting for me to go get some bread or crackers or something to go with it. And I do have some more Mama Wana, so we'll just crack open another Mama Wana and have that together too. Again, this is stuff you can get when you're in Punta Cana, and I hope you can come on the next trip. I absolutely love the Dominican Republic. I never thought I'd ever go to the Dominican Republic. Again, this is why being a part of a travel community is so amazing, because there's places I've never even heard of or experiences I never even thought about that are now actively being talked about. And if we get you know, an idea of maybe something we want to try, we can ask our community. Say, hey, somebody else want to do this with me? Okay, let me call up our number and see if we can get together and get this created for us, and be it in our actual website where we can actually go ahead and register for it, pay for it, and go. Like, you don't have to plan any of this. If there's somewhere you want to go anywhere in the world, and say if it's even your family or friends or business associates, maybe you want to treat them on the end of year party or something somewhere. Maybe you want to have a family reunion somewhere. You can literally put in a support ticket and say, hey, I'd like to go to this place. You think you can arrange that, okay? And they listen to that kind of stuff because they want you to experience the world. That's what the whole company is about, is having travel experiences that you'll remember with your friends and family. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about Dream Trips, if you'd like to become a representative, I definitely love to have you on board. I am training over the next 3 months a great group of people globally. We have people all over the world joining. And if you'd like to be a part of the training, definitely message me as soon as possible. I'd love to get you a top position to be a part of, you know, building this out and start making income right away. If you would like to become a client, maybe you have a full-time business, maybe you just really don't have the time right now, maybe you're taking care of loved ones right now and can't do much travel, at least for the foreseeable future, you know, then just become a client. Save on just going out on your weekends. You know, you can save on your local trips. You know, you don't have to go on these, you know, huge experiences. You can literally just use your membership just to go on local experiences. And there's plenty of them. You know, you can look up on our database, you can look up your city and stuff, and you can see what local events and stuff you can register for and get discounts for. All right. For even like some of your just travel back and forth, maybe to go see your loved ones for the holidays, which is pretty popular for a lot of people, then you can save just being a member just on your travel just to go see family members. Maybe you don't need a hotel. Maybe you do. If you need a hotel, you know, you have those options also. If you don't, you can just book a hotel, or you can even call up our number and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be in Chicago for the weekend. What's there to do there? And we have customer service that can say, okay, this, and this. What would you like to do? What would you like to do? Be like, I like to go on a helicopter ride around the city of Chicago. And they'd be like, okay, give me a second. Hold on for a minute. And they'll get it together. Or they'll say, hey, listen, what's a good number to call you back? You know, I'll call you back with the prices. and sign you up to get you in that. And that's it. You didn't have to call around a bunch of people. You didn't have to call a friend or a buddy or a family member and bug them and figure out, you know, okay, what's the place, you know, what's their phone number, and decide if that's a good fit for you and everything. They'll come back with, you know, maybe multiple different companies, maybe multiple different price points, and see what's best for you. So again, you know, it's not just a travel club. There's just so much more. It's experiences, it's family, it's even like curated adventures, you know, private places that maybe you didn't know about. It's like, I never been to a airport VIP lounge. I had that American Express card that you can get the access to them, but never used it before. Like, not because I didn't want to, just because at that time in my life, we weren't really doing much traveling, or we were spending so much on the damn American Express benefits, which is just keeping the card, that I wasn't paying for like an experience like this being a part of Dream Trips. You know, the same price I was paying for an American Express Black Card, you know, that yearly fee, is half of the money that I pay for in a Dream Trips club membership. You know, so it's just like, okay, one is like, obviously I'm going to go on experiences and enjoy my life on the weekends and use these benefits and definitely go on some Dream Trips. And the other one, I just have a card that I spend money on, and that's it. Like, what do I talk about there? I talked about I spent money. Like, that's it. Otherwise, I talk about my experiences. I talk about my friends that I meet there. I talk about bringing my kids. I talk about, like, being paid monthly on living my life. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. You got some knowledge there. I'm going to go off and enjoy some chocolates. I've got a movie I've been watching called Miss Maisel. It's amazing, by the way. It's about a comedian. It's on Amazon Originals. I'm going to watch that, and I'll talk to you later, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Take